What up to another gorgeous episode of Stay Woke.
Stay woke. Hey, John, what happened to our intro, bro?
You know what, guys? I did hit the vape before I went to the donut shop. So I forgot to play the intro. I'll play it next week.
Jean
So you
just
caught
got
the vapors?
I called it. You just aged us, motherfucker. Stop
They
it.
don't know.
You know,
They don't know. You actually need to
I called
flip
the
that.
vapors. I called the vapors. I totally called the vapors. Yes, white woman. What were
no,
you
I
about
never
to say?
want to actually have no idea what that
Yeah,
means.
okay, so
but
I can age us. If you
Yeah,
don't.
please do.
Segue for our audience that might be under the age of 25. The Vapors is a classic hip hop tune by Biz Markie, written by Big Daddy Kane. You call it the Vapors. And Vapors is pretty much just saying, well, how do you explain what Vapors are?
Vapors is basically like, it's just like if you were smoking in the after shit that comes out after you blow, exhale. So basically, if a person, something that went on
so
with
like a
them,
secondhand high.
no, it's like basically you caught the
You caught the smoke.
Yeah,
you didn't even
caught
get
the
to
tail
hit.
end.
Yeah.
You weren't the smoker. Like you just caught like the tail end of my
Oh,
shit.
so it's like riding someone else's parade.
Well, I mean, I guess it's living off of like something. Like say you're popping, like you're not popping, and you're like, hey man, you should fuck with me. And then they're like, oh yeah. And then you blow up. And then they're like, oh, hey, what's up? He's like, nah, like, come on, man, I'm
I
already,
see.
I done gassed already, man. You in my trail.
Education 101.
Oh, that's a good one. I want to start using that.
Yeah, you can do it when you put your rod in the sea to fish for black culture. You can now add vapors.
What's
Since
that?
you always robbing from
Since
our
you
culture.
always
anyway.
appropriate-
I rob everybody. That's
Equal opportunity
Why don't you
robber.
respect my culture as one of theft?
That record was called "So Many People" by the lovely, talented Lil Yachty, my little bruh, produced by the vastly talented Free School, which is us, me, Mike, Replay, the whole squad, off the album Summer Songs 2. And Danny is insinuating that I am. What am I doing, Danny?
Blowing your own dick.
I know. I'm just. No, I wasn't. I was just big up in my little bro. So a lot of people have opinions on Yachty, right? Can we talk about this? I think
Yeah.
Yachty's an amazing artist. I think he's a very, very smart kid. And I love watching his movement. I love what he's doing with his movement.
Little boat.
It's amazing. I mean,
Wait, but what was going on in that song? First of all,
I'll tell you what's
Like-
going on. He's saying it's a song. It's like a thank you to the fans. So he's saying the concept, the premise of it is saying so many people ask me how I cook, the way I cook, how I do what I do. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And the fact that he put out something on social media saying, hey, to my fans, send me a voice note about what I mean to you, and that's it. And like literally, he told me in like 30 minutes he got like 5,000 responses.
wait,
And
did they like straight?
they just did voice
Did he
notes.
give? He like gave them his phone number?
No, he
Or,
just
like-
said, send me, DM me, send me a voice note.
A little
and he
video.
used that, and thank you, Lil Yachty. You got folks out there, no disrespect to the elders. The Hot 97 and Ebro and them are going really hard on the young kids. Bro, it's not for like 40-year-olds or 50-year-olds.
What are those
Wait,
dudes
what are they
saying?
saying?
They're saying, oh, I don't understand what these young kids are saying. It's blah, 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 blah. It's what old niggas usually say. I got old niggas and friends that say the same shit that I will not name on this platform. But it's not for you. If you grew up listening to Elvis, and then the Stones came around, it probably wasn't for you. Okay? When Run DMC came around, when you were listening to disco, Run DMC was not for you.
So they're saying Yachty is like it's just they don't get it.
They're just saying, not just Yachty, all the younger generation, we don't get it. What are they talking? Where are the bars? Why aren't you rapping over Premier's beats? Because they're not 40. And it makes you look super lean to keep pushing the issue, my nigga.
Yeah,
Like, let the youth live, bro. If you want to listen to fucking bars, you listen to Nas, you listen to Jay-Z. Okay? You listen to the golden era.
I was just reading this article that says that like hip hop is like becoming the same way that classic rock is. Like this is the first era of like hip hop heads who treat hip hop the way that like people treat classic rock, where they use that as like the gold standard and like shit on all pop today because it's not The Doors or like, I don't know, The Who.
What drugs did you take this morning? Because they're really good. This is the smartest shit you've ever said on this show.
And that's fucking, that speaks volumes. So whatever you're doing.
Yeah, keep
I
doing
just-
it.
no.
And pass me one. What'd you take, Adderall? Give me an Adderall.
I just listen to what my boyfriend talks about and
Your
pretend that
boyfriend's
it's
smart,
mine.
but he must be African. Here's the thing.
Well, you know, she only fucks with African niggas.
It seems like a good
If you
plan.
ain't fresh off a boat, she don't want you.
You don't
But
have
that
to
is
be a
honestly,
fob.
but for real, that is my strategy because I'm only trying to date people who have another passport. Like,
That's smart.
right?
Yeah, that's smart.
You gotta have an exit plan.
That's fair. This woman is.
saying.
What's going on? What did you take this morning?
Some dick.
We know what continent that dick's from. You know what's funny? A lot of people, a lot of my intellectual music friends, they say that this generation of hip hop is like hair metal, which I don't know if it's a diss or not, but I listen to a lot of hair metal also, so it is what it is.
I don't know. I think it's really easy to hate. It's really easy to hate the shit that's right out of you being young. You know what I mean? Like if you're in your like late 30s, 40s, it's like you remember what it was like to be young and you're no longer the youngest person in the room.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna make you salty.
It
you
does.
know?
It does. Ebro looks salty. And Ebro, we fuck with you. So it's not even a diss. It's just let the shit go of the old niggas talking about the young niggas and walking the way you want them to walk because our heroes walked a certain way. It's not for us. You don't even, my nigga, you probably don't even do the drugs these kids do. It's a whole lifestyle, a whole different thing. We come from an era where niggas wore Timberlands. How crazy is that? Niggas wore Timberlands every single
Yo,
day.
sidebar?
In the
fucked
summer
up
with
feet
shorts?
are- yeah,
I
Cammy. I did
just
that.
saw
Cammy.
that. I just saw a dude at an open air like Sunday brunch. It was hot as fuck. Misters in like camo cargo shorts.
New York nigga all
Tim's.
day. New York nigga all day.
Oh my god.
You can spot a New York nigga anywhere. Even
Yeah,
when New
because they're
York's not popping.
sweating. They're fucking sweating.
That's a Brooklyn nigga you saw.
Did he have a towel?
Did he have a towel?
Yeah.
Why
like
would he
on
have a
his
towel?
head? Wrapped around his head.
But that's a true.
That was my
that
favorite
nigga?
part of rap when niggas was like, my two favorite parts of rap when niggas took on like Gambino, like I'm Jean Corleone and shit. Took out mafioso names, and then when niggas like took like Little Q8, Little Baghdad, nigga, you from Philadelphia? Calm it down. So what's been popping? Everyone's talking about Taylor Swift. Someone please let me know what's happened.
Well,
She fucked up.
she did. You
How
know,
did she fuck up?
So the whole drama is, and I think there's a lot of levels to this shit that I want to delve into, but
You go, girl.
You better do it.
But-
what word did you use again?
delve,
How you spell that?
DELVE,
You learned it. What does it mean? Jump?
to dive into.
Dive in.
to go
Guys,
into.
you learned a new word. Go ahead, girl.
Well, no, because you know Taylor Swift has been like all like playing the victim when it comes to the Life of Pablo lines that she said that Kanye didn't like approve and blah blah blah, misogynistic. And then Kim finally came out on the snapper with like all the video of Kanye and her on speakerphone being like, yeah, no, I think it's great. Like, you know, I mean, when you sent me flowers, it was like the most likes I've ever gotten on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. And like being completely for that line and famous, like super pro. And then, you know, and then lying about it. And then someone called her on it. And now it's like the world. Now it's the craziest backpedal ever because she's like, he never said that he would use the word bitch in reference to me.
He didn't though. It's a cop out, but he
What?
didn't.
I made that bitch famous.
Yeah. But like, oh yeah,
Damn.
that's so offensive. And then it's like, and I was secretly recorded. And it's like, are you serious, girl? Are you seriously? But I don't know though. I am like, first of all, I feel like everybody who's remotely relevant in music knows never to say anything that you don't want recorded. You know what I mean? Like you have to be assuming this shit's going to be recorded. So for her to do that makes me be like, I don't know. I kind of feel like this is bullshit. You can't be Taylor Swift, call Kanye West, and not assume that that shit's going to be recorded. You
What
know?
if she secretly turns up and she was turned up and didn't really have her A game on and didn't really assume that it was probably recorded? What if she was like, what if she had like?
I don't even think that's your A game when you're that big. I think that's your like F. I think that's like that's like you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth. You know, it's like even if you're hungover, you brush your teeth. Like
Here's my opinion on that. Kudos to the savagery of Kim Kardashian or
Yo,
Kim West.
Kim is a ride or die.
Ride or motherfucking die.
Right?
Kim, girl, that's how you got to hold a nigga
She's
down.
like Julie. She loves that black dick and would do anything for that.
I don't know
man.
if Julia put herself out there like that and like, you know what I mean? Let's see if you get a recording.
I would know to record when there's like like, here's the thing that I'm thinking about, like, because Taylor Swift clearly is this. If this shit is true, suspending the disbelief that this is bullshit. If it's true, Taylor Swift doing this, like, he hurt me and he was a misogynist, is it's eerily similar to me of like white women accusing black men of rape. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I agree.
you know, it's just a blatant, like, even if there are receipts, you're just like, no, he never said that. And he was mean and he asserted his male dominance over me. And it's like, yo, you are everything. You are a crazy white woman. Like, you are a crazy white woman personified. Where
Every
you just,
white woman in power is a crazy white
but
woman.
you know,
Exactly.
but
Even the less empowered ones are
just
crazy.
let that go. But what I do think is more peculiar is, if it's true and if she's like hell bent on this like destroying Kanye thing, I think it's that Taylor Swift is like way more down with black dick and has some issues to work through. Cause like all of her dudes that you see her with are like scary white, kind of fucked up in the face though, a little doughy, like, you know, like these like super, super white dudes. And I'm thinking that that's a cover. I think that's her like protesting too loudly.
I think every white woman loves black dick. It's a fact.
Of course.
The crazy thing is, the entire thing is crazy in the midst of what's going on in the world, first and foremost. Secondly, it's amazing to see how many enemies Taylor Swift has and how many people want to see her fall. She's not going to fall. It's not going to affect her in the least bit, just like it won't affect Kanye. If anything, my respect level for Kim levels higher. Shouts to you, Kim. You do a little more than just fuck niggas and cook soul food.
Oh my God.
You were right.
Well, I mean, don't get it all the way fucked up. Like, she literally also did that shit for some like amazing ratings.
Well, that's true. But
Of course.
You
but
know, like,
business
just-
is business.
you gotta kinda
Business
like,
is business.
you know,
But,
balance it
You know,
out,
it
you
makes
know
me
what I'm
also wonder if the shit in 2009 was planned, or was a plan that went awry. Like, what makes me wonder is if Kanye was like, yo, this is what I'm doing. I want to get your approval. Part of me wonders if that was the same thing that happened in the VMAs. And then when they got on stage, Taylor just went left and played victim.
The only reason why I doubt that is because of that fucking half-opened, half-empty bottle of Hennessy. that was
Hennessy
in his
bottle.
hand.
Anything
And
is
that hot-ass
possible.
leather outfit that he had on. It makes me say this nigga was drunk and just got emotional and said his truth, what he felt. He felt that Homegirl had a better video and was more deserving of the award. And, you know.
But I mean, in all fairness, that was the year of Beyonce. Like, that song was everywhere. So I can't really, I guess I see his point. More crazy though is like, I like that you can just at awards shows just waltz up on stage.
No, you actually can't. It's just he's him,
Yeah.
and he was able to. What are they gonna say? Hey, Kanye,
Kanye,
stop!
move to the side, Kanye. What are
yeah,
you doing?
like-
God damn it, Taylor Swift's on stage.
Yeah,
Do you think Hennessy was happy about that product placement?
I don't think Hennessy likes niggas. I think Hennessy is like
That seems
Cristal.
like a bad strategy.
No, you know what? Let me fucking take, when I am wrong and I put my foot in my mouth, guys, I will tell you, and I am wrong. Hennessy has thrown many a dinners with the likes of Nas. So obviously they appreciate the nigga business. Thank you, Hennessy. Cristal, a lot of these older French companies, though, don't like urban business. We're relegated.
Well, because they're like old racist French people.
Exactly.
But
And
is Hennessy French, or is it?
Hennessy's French.
Is it?
Yeah,
Or is it just, is it like French like Haagen-Dazs is
Hennessy
German?
is French.
Like,
No, it's not like a Brooklyn Haagen-Dazs pretending to be something Danish. So my homie Wesley Snipes, aka Wesley Pence, has a new song with his project that no one in the world's ever heard of. It's called Minor Beam.
Minor Bean?
Minor Beam. No, I'm joking. My homie has a new song out called Cold Water featuring me. If I'm pronouncing it right, me. Yeah, we say me.
Hey,
or
they're
Mo.
trying to make Lightning Strike twice again. Another
Let's just see. Let's
another
judge
summer
it.
jam.
Let's judge it. And Bieber. That's a new record from Major Lazer featuring Justin Bieber and me with the song called Cold Water. I dig it. It's a cool vibe.
I think
I dig it,
I smelled
man.
some
That
Ed
shit
Sheeran
was
on that.
weak, man.
I think
That
it could
shit
be.
was ultra weak.
You
I
know-
do not share your sentiments, but this is a free show on a free station in a free
Yo,
country.
I mean, Diplo's got a lot of shit going on. Like he's got. I also think it's really funny that we've like actively accepted the distinction between Diplo and Major Lazer. Like they're not the same goddamn thing. Like the other two guys that are in Major Lazer aren't just there because they're black and from the islands. Like you know it's true. You know neither of them make music. Like Jillionaire and Walshy Fire.
I knew it was coming. I was like,
What?
there's a point where she would say something stupid as fuck on
You
air.
know they don't.
Walshy Fire. Well, you should probably go and like really do some research on Walshy Fire because he was part of like Super Dupes and their crew and actually used to make mad hits when they were like the Dubs. So like,
What does the other
should-
one do?
I don't care what he do. I know what Walshy Fire does, but you just said you know they don't make music. Why do you think Wes has him there?
So it's not just a white guy doing Jamaican music?
Really? Come on, stop, man.
Anyway,
Stop.
all right, okay, I'll give you Walshy Fire. All right, so
You don't have to give me anything. I just know what Walshy does.
66% of the group is actually musicians.
I don't
That's
know
like
what
a-
the other
that's
two.
like a
I can only
D
speak
minus.
for him, and you like lumped them all in there and said they don't do music. So I just had to clarify that. But yo, let's speak about that song. It does sound like they're still trying to like ride that lean on wave, but it's just crazy because they didn't have like a specific touch on it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Something's missing. Like maybe something from the last record was missing off of this one. And they're like, oh, hey, let's go in and put this Bieber record out, man. Come on, please. Let's get these vocals and put it out before this Encore album that drops August 5th comes out with an amazing Bieber record on it.
That was
Everybody's
subtle.
been doing it. You know who else did that shit? Carnage dropped a record a couple of days ago with Young Thug. It's amazing. We released our track list. Every DJ is running to put out their records right now. But it doesn't matter. You know why? Because we're really going to take over this whole year. And I definitely want to see all these other DJs at the Grammys.
The only thing missing from Danny's manager rant is oh yeah, we're gonna take over the whole year. We're gonna see you guys at the Grammys.
I'm just saying, man, it's like, bro, that's like, dude, I don't get it, man. You can't put out one record and it's dope and then come back with something that's like similar to it and then it's just not dope. And
You know
just-
this is number one in the whole world right now, right?
What does that mean?
It means that
Fergie
it's number
came
one.
out and was number one in the whole
Oh,
world
yeah.
that one day.
Oh,
And guess what?
shot
She
fired.
fell off.
You
Like,
know
so
what? That has absolutely nothing to do with me.
I never said it did. I'm just giving an example. A lot of people debut as number one, right?
I will-
Let's just see the long stand.
I will
with
give
it.
you an exclusive though, something really funny.
All right.
Only because you opened this box. Normally my lips are tightly sealed. I asked a friend that we both know. I was like, "Hey, how's that Fergie single doing?" And he's like, he paused. I knew he was frustrated. He composed himself and he looked at me and goes, "What single?" Oh man, that was just a buzz cut. The real single coming next, produced by Will.
That was a buzz. That's
So the
crazy
real
because they
single's coming
spent a
next.
lot of money on that video with all those cameos. So that was a buzz record.
She's got a budget. The Will record is awesome though. I'm not gonna say who's on it.
Oh,
And of course, I had absolutely nothing to do with that one either.
wait, what label is Fergie on?
Interscope.
Oh,
You know that place, right?
very well,
A little too well.
too well. They got money. I don't mean they know what they're doing. No, I'm saying, hey.
Yo, but
Who wants some fried chicken?
I do have a little question. How do you feel about the Get a Song being the Olympic song?
That shit sucked too.
One of the Olympic songs.
And actually, yeah, it's
Because
FIFA.
Katy Perry has
It's more
the
so
Olympic
like-
songs and we have a couple too.
It was FIFA, and then it went on from FIFA to join in the Olympics because of the other sports or whatever. But they don't know. You gotta understand, these are like a bunch of old suits that's like, oh, let's get the hottest DJ, and they don't know that he's not the hottest DJ anymore. You know, there's a whole new regime, but they do know David Guetta from the past. So he's like, oh, I got an amazing record. Guess what? I'm just gonna go in here and do something that sounds similar to DJ Snake, and yeah, we could use that. And that's what he did. It sucks.
But can you
whatever.
like when someone has a style and that style gets like very copied, how do you deal with that? Like, is that just if you're Snake, do you just walk into the game and be like, cool, so people are gonna bite this. People are gonna bite this super
Yeah,
hard.
you know that. Whenever you're doing something and you're the best at it, and they know there's a wave, they're gonna want to ride that same wave. Yeah, it's like some people are blatant with it and some people are a little less blatant with it, but it doesn't matter. They still go and copy. You just got to be killer enough to be like, you know what? Oh, that's cool. I'm off and doing this other shit that's even more killer. And each time you got to reinvent yourself so your shit is always 2 steps ahead of everybody else who copies.
A lot of pirates out there try to jack me for the slang. Hey, here's the thing though, with the DJ Snake sound situation, we don't really know who created the sound. He popularized it. Some people might say Blood Diamonds might have started earlier. It doesn't matter. It's a you know what I mean? So we can't say, oh
No, we work with him as well. So
but
I know that's not what
it's fair
happened.
to say that Snake created.
I mean,
That
clearly,
means- yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we put out Bird Machine, and like that was his biggest record, like maybe 4 years ago, and it was an underground record, and
Yeah.
it just did what it did.
People bite.
That was his sound.
People bite. That means you're hot. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's you can't police it. It's complimentary. It's dick riding.
But what I think is wild is you, and this happens time and time again, is like you create a sound and then it goes from being like counterculture or underground to being the scene.
You mean like when we did Beautiful People with Chris Brown and then all of a sudden niggas act like they're doing something new because they're white?
Well, I didn't mean it as a platform for you to talk about your work, but yes.
I wasn't even talking about my work. I'm just talking about jacking. Like, it's so funny how we did all the dance shit with Chris first. Maybe Usher beat us to it, but we did it with Chris first. And then when Bieber does it, everybody acts like it's the freshest shit on earth. It is what it is.
Yeah, but you know what happens when? Because I feel like this happened with Gaga. I feel like this is kind of happening with Kanye. Like you go from being alternative to your alternative shit being embraced and becoming mainstream, and then you can't keep up.
You think that's happening with who?
I think that happened with Gaga. I think that's what's kind of happening with
What
Kanye
happened with
West.
Gaga, what?
Like her first album was crazy and left, and then everything else kind of was like.
I heard 2 albums after that sucked.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
but I think part of that was because it was like she went from being this like underground, like gay New York crazy like beau thing to like being normal, that being expected. And then so people expected something even crazier and she couldn't keep up with that.
Because she didn't have Red One.
Exactly.
Red One did the first project with her and the remix project.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what happened.
Shout out to Moroccans.
Yeah, the synergy that you have to create the magic is what you should stick with. No disrespect to Bieber, by the way. They did a really amazing job, but I'm just speaking facts. Guys, yesterday I tried to watch it. Has anyone seen this DJ AM documentary?
No, I haven't seen it.
Bro, I
I
couldn't even do it, dude. Like, I've only met this man once. I met this man in Atlantic City many years ago. I was hanging out with Benji and Joel Madden. They probably had a show, and he didn't know me from shit. And he just talked and hung out with me for an hour. Most amazing dude. I tried to watch this documentary, and I cried a little, and I only had an hour's worth of experience with this man.
Dang, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
What?
Say what's on your mind, nigga.
What do you mean? Nothing's on my mind. Dude, I didn't even say anything. God, I'm just saying the way you said, like, I couldn't watch it and I started crying.
I did.
And then
a
I guess
little bit.
you, from that hour-long conversation that y'all had in Atlantic City.
Just hanging out. Literally, that's all. I mean, at least I'm being honest. I only hung out with him for an hour. He's an amazing dude.
No, he's super
Give me
cool.
really cool advice. I'm not gonna lie and say, yeah, when I used to roll with that 1 hour conversation, so impactful. And then unfortunately, he passed 2 weeks later.
Oh wow.
So I tried to watch. It was just on when I got in. And I was like, oh, this is awesome, and I couldn't.
Did you have that shirt on when you were watching it?
Nah, this shirt.
That shirt
was-
is amazing.
what
you know
what,
what?
what is that? Is this like Santo Domingo? What?
This is a Gitman Brothers shirt.
No, I meant the city.
This is
He's trying to give you a bar, Jude. He's like, no.
this is Italy. This is Florence, I think. It's
Dope.
like Florence.
That's dope.
Unfortunately, where
He's like, yeah, Julie, get your travels up. Like the fact that you didn't know that.
Right, my bad.
That's some boss shit, John.
The
I
only
feel you.
problem was-
Dude,
I
all of
was
Europe.
in-
Wait, but real quick, all of Europe looks exactly the same. Like all of like
It looks
Italy,
like it could be
Spain.
Amsterdam to
It's
the
all
canals.
but it's also like that same colonial shit. Like that could also just be the Philippines or like be an
This
island.
could not fucking
Yeah,
be the Philippines.
yeah. Same architecture. It's that crazy.
You know,
like,
based on the colonial
yeah, man.
colonization,
That
it
is
looks
a
like it could
fucking
be New
colonial-ass
Guinea.
architecture.
She like
I mean, it
names
could
all
be.
the places her dad has sweatshops. Like,
Her dad's pretty awesome. Yeah, so he has a documentary out I hope everyone checks it out, and I'm definitely gonna try to watch it without.
Wait, so is it like on HBO? What is it?
You know, I didn't know if it was HBO or Showtime, but it's one of them. I think it's Showtime.
That's dope that they're, because I feel like he, I mean, I don't really know, but I feel like he just like got like, I feel like he didn't get super popular until he started dating Nicole Richie. Like that's how I knew of him. And I feel like I mean, I don't know. The only reason I know about him as a DJ is like from people in LA. And I haven't really heard, I mean, I know he was like famous, but I haven't really heard other people like talk about him outside of LA.
I will give you guys.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, only just because like, just been in the DJ world for a while, and like Clinton was one of our DJs that were similar to what he did, and like, he was like probably one of the ones who first started doing like those residencies and like getting like a specific amount of money to do certain stuff. Like, so he built his brand up by being like an amazing open format DJ. Like he started gigging in, you know, on the other coast. So it wasn't just a LA thing. Like him and Travis did that shit together. Like he evolved like what you would say the like typical open format DJ into something bigger than it was. Like he definitely wasn't an LA thing. He was big here. I mean, of course he's from here. So, but he was bigger than that. And I definitely think he did like pave his way through that world to where everybody was like, oh, I fuck with a DJ AM. You know what I'm saying? Like
His DNA is in a lot of people's, a lot of DJs' blueprint. Also, he was in that group that had that hit single Butterfly.
What?
Yes, he was
Crazy
the DJ.
Town?
He was the DJ for
Shut
Crazy
the
Town.
fuck up.
Facts. And on that, the god of the South, the trap god Gooch, dropped an album yesterday. Whether it's him or the clone, I'm gonna play.
Like you just made up a
I can
nickname
do
for him.
whatever I want on free format.
I don't know if another man can come up with another nickname for another grown man. I don't understand how that can happen, but
It just did.
That's cool.
Play the song. Brand new Gua, Pussy Print featuring the legendary Kanye West. I fuck with that shit. I actually really fuck with the album. Good job to the clone.
Gooch.
Do you fuck with our cameraman's haircut?
No. Psych. He looks nice. He looks like a Navy nigga.
What does your wife say when you came home with that shit instead of the Jimmy Walker afro?
Oof.
She was there when I got it.
Oh, dang, she go everywhere with you? Oh, y'all was just randomly out and you were like, man, I'm gonna just cut my fro off. That nigga said sort of. Hey, wait, what made you want to cut it off though?
Did you see Good
She
Times?
told him to.
Did you see an
got-
episode of Good Times? Did you see an episode of Good Times?
Stupid.
You've never seen Good Times before?
I'll play you. I'll show you who he's talking
Nigga.
about.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
you got it. That's even like when you're young, it still doesn't matter. Like you gotta watch a few episodes of Good Time. Like it was before my time, but I still like watched that shit.
It's a
'cause it was
classic.
fucking funny as fuck, man. Yeah, you definitely got to see that. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, we were talking about Gucci, LaFleur. See, he named himself LaFleur, Jean. He didn't just say, "Hey, Jean, give me a nickname, Gooch." You know, like he's so.
Am I the first person to just call him Gooch?
I think so, man.
What's up, Gooch? I'll say it to his face. What's up, Gooch, nigga? You can't touch me, nigga. You don't want to go back to jail. Nah, you know we love Gucci. Let's talk about what's popping with him.
Wait,
though.
but wasn't he? Yeah, didn't he say like it's like way harder for me. Like it's not impressive if you have hits. It's impressive if you have hits and you're sober and you know you lost 30 pounds or whatever.
Gucci, you look good, bruh. But let me tell you something. As a person that's sober, there's nothing cool about being sober. It's kind of lame. And that's where it affects your music a little bit. But the album was fucking dope. I can't front. There's like 5 joints. The rest,
That nigga said there's 5 joints, but he said the album is dope.
yeah, the rest of them were sober joints.
Sober.
Sober bars.
That's gotta be.
How long did Gucci serve?
I think like 3 years.
No,
right?
no.
No, it's more than that.
Like 6 or 7.
Really?
Yeah, he's 6 or
that's
7. He's completely
years.
detoxed, completely no lean, no drugs, allegedly no alcohol. It looks great. It's a good thing.
Is that like a thing for probation? When you're on probation, you can't drink alcohol either.
I was on probation. I drank out. I had a PO. My crime wasn't like a serious crime.
It depends on how.
Yeah, it
like
dep-
how often
Yeah.
you have to test.
Yeah. No, well, when you go to federal penitentiary and you get out on federal parole, you can't do nothing of like drugs or alcohol for however long your parole is. You know what
Are
I'm
you
saying?
allowed to like leave the state? You can't like go anywhere. You can't do anything.
No.
Permission.
Yeah, you've got to get
Permission?
permission. But I don't think
He's gonna
I don't
get
think you
permission.
can, unless it was work wise, which he can. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like there's just a lot of restrictions. It just depends on like what they put in his parole.
That's
It's insane. When I had parole, literally you check in, you go into the federal building once a week.
You were on federal parole?
I was just in the federal building. I wasn't on federal.
Oh,
parole.
yeah,
I was,
yeah.
I was county, but it's all federal as far as the building. I went once a week. And whenever you have to leave the state, you've got to get permission. You know what I mean? I had an awesome PO. Shout out to Sal Ferlino. Yeah, but it literally is some real crippling shit. Luckily,
Wait, so you have to go in every week and they like pee test you?
Yeah,
What?
you go in every week.
That's some different. Like that's different. Like cause federal, you don't have to go in like every week to do that. Like your PO will hit you and be like, hey, you want to do? I'm gonna stop by. Like they'll come by your house and that kind of stuff. Or and then sometimes they'll be like randomly they'll be like, oh hey, come by the office. You got to do a piss test and that kind of shit. It's not no every day you got. Every
How
week
did
you
they?
gotta
How
go.
did they even do that before cell phones? Like, how did they like surprise?
They'll call your house. What do you mean?
What if you didn't have a phone?
Like if you
No,
give
you
them,
need
if you
a
give
phone.
them,
They're not.
if they give only because I'm passionate because I've experienced this. If you give a primary phone number,
Yeah.
and they call you and you
Yeah.
do not answer, you might get a bench warrant and get locked.
Yeah.
up.
What?
You said-
It's a real
What?
thing.
Yeah.
I
Only
went-
reason I'm telling you is like my older cousin, like he was in the feds. Like that's how I know. And like he paroled to my apartment. I was like, damn nigga, it's like this. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, like that phone, all of that is you can't just not answer and all that kind of shit. And if they come by, like you can come by and you not be there. They just be like, oh, okay, make sure, you know, he hit me, you know, when he's back. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it just depends on the parole officer. It's cool.
Is it only like 9 to 5, or can they hit you up at like 2 a.m.?
You said what?
Can they hit you up at like 2 a.m. and be like, hello, you need to come in now?
I mean, if they wanted to, you just got to be that kind of person that they feel that they need to be doing their checkups on. See, my older cousin, he didn't drink or smoke, so that was like they still had to randomly do it, but they only did him like maybe like 2 times his whole time he was on parole because they knew he didn't drink or smoke, so it was just like, but because of the type of parole he was on.
That seems like such a weird job to be a parole officer. Like, and just like have to plan out how to randomly hit up your parolees.
Because you know your parolees. Like if it's a dude that you know, you like, man, I can tell this nigga still be doing X, Y, and Z. They'll fuck with you. If they know you don't, like some people go to jail for like selling. Say they go for like selling dope, right? Most people try and say, oh no, I use it just so they can kind of like cut down on like the time that they're about to get. So then it goes in your jacket as if like, oh, like this dude was a cocaine user. So then that's why you got to randomly get drug tested. But sometimes they know they're like, man, this motherfucker didn't do no drugs. That nigga, he was selling them, but he just did that. So
I tell you, the craziest part, it ain't even the POs, man. It's going in the fucking building with the other savages. It's like walking into fucking gladiator school, bro. Like seriously, because you walk up, let's just say you go, I think I was either on the 4th or 5th floor. Every floor there's a probation department. Go up to the higher the crimes. You go to the 4th or 5th floor and it's like 30 dudes waiting. Savagery. Like murderers, all types of shit.
When I used to work at the criminal courthouse downtown, number one, their cafeteria had the best food. Like
I'm not surprised.
it was really good. I was like,
feed the law great.
yeah, it was really good. I had like a Thanksgiving dinner there one time because it was really
The
nice.
turkey wasn't dry?
No, it was really good. Also, there's a whole floor that isn't on the elevator, isn't on the public elevators because it's like where everybody's in holding when they're like all the criminals who are like waiting for their like judge thing.
Yeah.
And it's like just the button for that floor just isn't even on the public elevators. Like you have to use the back elevators to get there.
I used to be very familiar with what
this
you
nigga
speak
Jean
of.
is a criminal. I gotta watch you now.
No,
Man.
on a former life. No, I was just bad. I wasn't criminal. I was just bad. Like
You
not
bad.
that
Nigga,
bad.
do you have a criminal record?
Yeah.
So you a fucking criminal, nigga. The fuck you mean I wasn't a criminal?
I wasn't criminal minded.
This nigga's yeah, I
Chew
do
in
have
a
a criminal
BDB
record. The fuck? I start watching my wallet around this nigga,
Not
man.
that kind of criminal, nigga. Not that kind.
Yeah, I gotta watch my
Real-
dope around this nigga.
Real nigga 101. That's all. We'll leave that between now and then.
I think the best part about you, Jean the Criminal, is that Jean is an African racist, and he will, at the drop of a hat, tell
Sell
you
you out.
to never trust Nigerians because they're all thieves.
It's a no-
Nigga, that's a known
That's a-
fact
that's a-
around
that's
the
a
world.
known thing,
That's
yeah.
a known thing in so many countries.
You
It's
guys,
a known thing.
you guys add to my racism. Like now, when I see Nigerians or hear that people are Nigerians, I'm like, oh,
You can't be racist against black people though. That's where you get it fucked up. See, you get too comfortable with thinking that you can just say
you
that.
guys are the ones who've told me that. Like Jean is, I never had any thoughts about Nigerian criminals until another West African.
It's just a known fact. It's a known fact. I have Nigerian
Why are you
friends.
fidgeting over there,
They know
camera
this.
dude? What's wrong? Are we not good? Hey, why does nigga really act like JJ?
You know what you need? He needs some of this in his life.
All right.
That activist off that brand new Brick Baby Nasty Dealer 2. If you don't got that shit in your life, make sure you go to them iTunes.
Yeah.
All them fucking streaming services and get that in your life. Produced by the Young Cannon.
That
Darn
fucking
now.
the cell phone ring in the middle of that song is so stressful. It's like everybody's like, "What? Oh, that's what I was listening
That's
to.
a
that
real
song
thing,
yesterday.
right?
I didn't do that. He did.
Yeah,
he
that
was in the
happens.
he was in the booth like and his phone rang.
Real time.
Really?
Planned, yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. That's kind of like when you're like listening to a song in the car and there are sirens in the song and you think the cops. You're like, "Oh shit!" It's like the same kind
You're
of
white. You don't
anxiety.
have that problem.
Oh my god! Excuse me. Have you seen me
what's
drive?
wrong?
Have you seen me drive?
I don't know. I've never seen you.
You don't want to experience that.
I believe it.
My fears are
You
real.
look like a wreck, like a nervous wreck, just
You can take
sitting
me,
there.
You can put me on any Disneyland ride at any time with no
He's
straps,
such a
no
hater.
seatbelt.
Jean is such a hater
You
of my
are the
driving.
worst at driving.
I'm
And
fine.
I suck at
I've
driving.
been fine. It's people are so concerned. It's two people. Two people are needed for an accident to happen. As long as one person is vigilant, it's fine. And I just expect the other person to be vigilant.
Okay, Julie, with her nonsense.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of a wonderful episode. I want you guys to be safe out there this weekend. Have some fun. Be aware, though, and make sure you communicate with these boys in blue with respect because they're wilding out here right now.
And it's
All right?
it's
Super
hot
wild.
out. Make sure to stay
Hey, nigga, don't be
hydrated.
motherfucking putting your hand up. Nigga, if we went over 5 more motherfucking minutes, what the fuck you gonna do?
Wow, you can't take a LA nigga anywhere, bruh.
Nah, stay woke, people, man.
All right,
Peace.
y'all.
Bye, guys.
Peace.